Senate Human Services at 1 o'clock, and I'm pleased to kick off this little press event. And I want to introduce one of our champions, Senator Lori Manis Anderson.
I'm State Senator Lori Manis Anderson. I'm delighted to be here. We really need a safe and stable and affordable place to call home. Today, far too many Oregonians are experiencing extreme rent increases and housing instability. Currently, Oregon renters who pay their rent on time and comply with the rules are still at risk for displacement with a sudden no-cause eviction or extreme rent increases. This is not right, and in today's market with low vacancy rates and high rents, this displacement can lead to homelessness. During the last election, I knocked on an average of 300 doors a week in my district. And every week I would hear stories of unconscionable rent increases and no-cause evictions plaguing families in every neighborhood in my district. An apartment complex near where I live in Gresham, I was talking to seniors, and their stories were heart-wrenching. They had been renting for around $525 a month, and then they got a $50 increase. The following year they got another $100, and now they had been notified that they're going to have another $100. They can't afford this, and they were telling me of the things that they would have to do. Moving in with family, trying to find a lower place to rent. And we are in a crisis, and we do need to do something. The instability caused by eviction or displacement into a tight market can cause negative health care, job, and education impacts. Eviction can even push middle-income Oregonians into poverty. Seniors, people with disabilities, and other vulnerable populations suffer the most. It's not right that our current law allows this to happen without any cause and without any oversight. The impact of no-cause eviction and skyrocketing rents have an especially profound impact on children. Displacement and homelessness often results in students missing school and falling behind academically. We can do better for our kids, and that means making sure that they have a stable home at the end of the day. This is why passing House Bill 2004 is so critical to the 4 in 10 Oregonians who are renting. House Bill 2004 would require landlords to state a valid reason when evicting tenants. Banning no-cause evictions will help keep families in their homes and give children a better chance at success. House Bill 2004 will restore local control to communities to craft modern rent stabilization policies, which include a mix of options that help families stay in their homes, support a healthy housing market, and retain property rights for landlords. I really am urging my colleagues in the Senate to join me in supporting House Bill 2004.
Sorry.
Hello, I'm Representative Diego Hernandez, DIEGOHERNANDEZ, representing House District 47 in East Portland. So, no-cause evictions and removing the preemption is one of the reasons why I decided to run. My district is East Portland, and I have many constituents who are directly impacted not only by the huge rent increases, but also by no-cause evictions that are being used as retaliation. When my constituents are asking for repairs, they get retaliated against through a no-cause eviction. And we must remove no-cause evictions and move towards just cause so that my tenants can have a healthy living environment and be able to afford by removing the preemption so our local jurisdictions can do rent stabilization programs. Tenants in my district are also wanting to see the Senate move. I had a town hall just on Sunday, and a lot of my constituents were talking about just recent rent increases, $200, in 1 month and no increases in their wages. And the desperation, you should have been there, the desperation of these folks who are now fearing displacement, not only from their communities, but also eventually could end up homeless, was heartbreaking. So we need to prevent displacement, and we need to end no-cause evictions today. Thank you.
My name is Khoya Creston, Coyacrespin. Some of you may know my story. For those of you who don't, I live in North Portland at a complex called Titan Manor. We were issued no-cause evictions just before winter time. It's something that I will never forget. That feeling of powerlessness and wondering why, after 5 years of paying my rent in a timely manner and being a caretaker to the home that I was renting, was my family not protected? Why isn't something being done to protect us from arbitrarily being no-cause evicted? I hear stories from tenants in Bend, Eugene. We are all in the same boat. I've spoke to a lot of other tenants through my time in experiencing this. Now my family come home to our house, which is now a ghost town. There's no children knocking on the door to play with my daughter anymore. A lot of people are gone. Sometimes there's a piece of paper on our door. That moment of panic-stricken across my daughter's face is something that I will do anything in my power to stop happening to children across Oregon and my family as well. Thank you. Come on, Buddha.
Good afternoon. My name is Patty J. It's Patty with an I, J-A-Y. I am an Oregon veteran of the Oregon Air National Guard. I'm former aide to Senator Rod Monroe. I now run a Women Veterans Program, and my job and passion is getting veterans employment in downtown Portland. A year ago, March, I was recovering from surgery, and I went outside to get the mail, and I noticed a notice tacked on the outside of my door of a 60-day vacation notice, or vacate notice. That, as by law, we're supposed to put it in the mail or hand deliver it, but it was tacked outside the door. So that was a moment of shock and desperation. That launched us and my sons into just immediate action plan of what to do next. I put the word out to my local mayor, Mark Gamba, and the city council, and then was asked to testify about the 60-day, which then caused it to be increased to 90 days to match Multnomah County. It still didn't really help us. We still had to move. There was no reason. We had been good tenants, paying our rent on time. My sons were quiet. They were good students. I had a son in school at Milwaukee High School, and we still had to move. So I launched into going to Clackamas County, was able to tap into some veteran funds. They helped me get into an apartment, but I'm now paying $400 more a month that I was paying at the old place. So that has really put us into this point where I am so excited to be here and to testify and to tell our story, because the stories, the details might be different, but the feeling is the same. The feeling of fear, intimidation, and the freedom that has taken away from us. Our neighborhoods cry out for stability. Our families and our communities are crying for stability. They want us to be good citizens and be involved, and we deserve the passage of House Bill 2004. Thank you.
Hi there. My name is Beth Kellan, Bethkellan, and I own and manage 2 properties serving 3 families and 10 individuals in Portland. One of those rentals is a Section 8, and we've had that tenant there for 8 years. I am also a realtor, and I work in the residential market. I have also helped many clients purchase and sell their investment properties. I'm here to offer my strong support as a landlord and a realtor for HB 2004. I truly believe that landlords should be able to make a profit on their rentals, but no-cause evictions are unnecessary and they are harmful. As landlords, we have legal mechanisms to evict bad tenants for cause. We also have a responsibility to our tenants to be fair and compassionate. I don't believe this is a good landlord versus bad tenant issue or a bad landlord versus good tenant issue. This is a housing issue, a community issue, an affordability issue, and a homelessness issue. The allowable exceptions to the no-cause eviction are more than reasonable and allow for legitimate reasons for a no-cause eviction. Something has to change, and this is a well-thought-out bill that does not infringe on my rights as a property owner. Additionally, if there is illegal activity, I am protected under the just cause eviction, and I can actually do that faster than a normal just cause. Like I said, those exemptions should really be the only reasons for a no-cause eviction. I can't think of another reason that a tenant should be displaced for no cause. Thank you.
So we're happy to take questions at this time.
I guess particularly for the legislators, given the closer Democratic majority in the Senate, assuming no Republican votes for this, do you anticipate making any changes in the Senate committee on this bill to expedite through the Senate?
We're hearing the bill for the first time today, and at this point in time, we haven't done an actual vote count, but we know we need to do something, and I can't tell you what will happen. The chair, Senator Sarah Gelser, is in charge, and we need 16 votes, and we're going to do everything we can to get 16 votes.
Senator Monasanderson, do you think that the eliminating no cause and that part of the bill will be an easier lift than the preemption on rent control and rent stabilization?
Again, we haven't had the hearing yet. Rent stabilization is always an issue. We need to vet it carefully and educate our colleagues, as well as the just cause piece. So it's a little premature to tell you exactly where we are at with my colleagues. Yes.
If I might add something, the coalition is working very hard every day to speak with senators and understand their concerns and help educate them about these issues. We have a great lineup planned today at the hearing, including an economist who will speak in support of House Bill 2004A.
What's his name or her name?
His name is Robin Hanel, and he's a former professor at American University and a professor emeritus at Portland State University. Questions?
Did you ever find out why you were forced to move?
Forgot to mention that part. This is an incredible important part. We had complained about black mold in the bathroom. It took 2 complaints to get some action. My only feeling is the timing of the notice was the day after the contractor completed the work on the black mold. Then we had the notice to vacate. Other than that, I am still wondering that same. Another point to make is we did not receive our security deposit, and I now have to take her to small claims court to get that back.
So I'm sure some of us would be happy to stick around and answer more questions. Thank you all for coming.